She slept with someone else before our date. I recently met a really cute girl and we arranged our first date. The night before she was texting me how much she was looking forward to our date. The day came, and we had a pleasant evening in a wine bar, after which she invited me back to hers. We ended up sleeping together. The next morning she asked when the last time I had had sex, and I told her the truth that it had been quite a while. When I asked her, she quite flippantly replied how her last time had been the night before we'd gone out. How would you react to this? Edited for clarity.
Get tested.
Greater than how would you react to this? I am a little confused. If you had with each other the night of the date, then the next morning she answered last night as the last time she had, wouldn't you be the last person she had with?
I'm confused too, because that's what I also thought she meant.
Not that surprised since it was on a first date. Getting tested is a good call.
Yeah, I think she meant you, bro. Tears of joy.
I mean, there's no commitment or expectation of exclusivity. If it was me, if we were planning on keeping seeing each other, I'd discuss the exclusivity as far as with other people and protection being used. But she hasn't done anything wrong here.
Run away, she's for the streets.
If she didn't mean you, and had with someone else just beforehand, then it is up to you. Personally, I would ditch her instantly for multiple reasons, but it is personal choice.
Sorry, edited for clarity. That's a good mature point. What if she wanted to continue seeing me but on a non-exclusive basis?
Greater than yeah, I think she meant you, bro. Tears of joy, you're being obtuse. I think it's understood she meant, before you bring your car in for an oil change and when the mechanic brings it back is like asterisk, OMG, when did you last get your oil changed? Asterisk, he obviously means before the time he just did it.
Lots of double standard in the responses here.
Only you can say if you'd be comfortable with that.
And if you're not sure, then try it out and see if you get jealous. If you start to go crazy, then you know it's not for you. That's how I found out I'm not into it.
I wouldn't care in principle since she's single. Just the fact that she brought up the question would be a bit strange. Would have to assess from further behavior whether she was just a bit socially unaware or trying to play games.
She prefaced a question to basically have a reason to bring up that she someone else the night before. That seems like a really toxic way to do that. She's not doing to discuss testing before sleeping together. It seems like she's doing it out of guilt or to hurt him, and either way it wasn't handled well in my opinion. Obviously Op shouldn't assume exclusivity, but he didn't ask her the question. She brought it up knowing her answer. Facts.
It's odd that she asked you. Usually when that kind of question is asked, you expect to answer it back. Which means she wanted you to know she had just hooked up before you. I don't really have an issue with sleeping around when not exclusive. But why are you flaunting it? In someone's face? Does she want you to feel jealous? Or like she has options so you better impress her? Or maybe she was underwhelmed with your performance so was seeing if you were out of practice? Either way it's odd. If this gives you the ick, then just break things off.
I feel like it's odd that she asked that. That's definitely not what you want to hear after sleeping with someone. Hopefully you used protection.
This is what condoms are for. Oh. Condoms don't cover your balls, yo.
You don't wear ball domes?
They don't cover your balls.
Only when I go balls deep.
As a female, if this was a guy the first slept with, this would be a red flag and extremely off-putting. Especially if we've been texting for a while.
Seems like she just wants the and is going out with guys to get it. Do you think she slept with you on the first date because you guys had something special?
Quite insensitive of her and a bit inappropriate. If I'm going on a date with a girl, whether it's the first or 10th, I don't want to hear about her dating life outside of us. My mindset is if this is a girl I ever get serious with, I would not be able to forget any of this stuff. Some things are best kept praising her for honesty and saying she is single or that you aren't exclusive so it doesn't matter or missing the point. Unless you guys are going into this intending to be completely casual or FWB, it's just disrespectful to say these things. What do either of you gain through this? Feeling like you're just another number? Feeling like you were waiting to be next in line? Feeling like you're being compared? She's probably quite immature.
I mean, technically it's not wrong that she hooked up with someone else because you're not exclusive, but I think it's a flag. Maybe immaturity, that she's so excited to share. Like, what is she trying to do by sharing that information?
Depending on the STI, it'll take some time before it'll show up on a panel.
Give her back to the streets, my friend.
Condoms don't protect against everything, and they're not 100% anyway.
I had a hard time explaining to my friend that condoms don't prevent the spread of.
The absolute disrespect of having with someone else when you know you have a date with another person astounds the out of me. I don't know if I'm more surprised by people saying she's not wrong for doing this or the girl that did it. She's for the streets, respect yourself.
Depends on what you're looking for talking to her and how you view and on the first date, so I have to assume you share at least some views there. That being the case, I think I'd ask myself first, would I be okay sleeping with someone else the night before a first date as she did? Your answer too. That will tell you if you're being a hypocrite or have different kinda odd she felt the need to share that information with you at all. NGL. Might be worth determining why she way. Get tested, and if you continue talking to and sleeping with her, make sure to use protection.
This went from a possibly heartwarming joke of a situation to a honestly don't know how to respond. I'm sending all the good vibes I can though. I hope nothing bad comes from this.
So my first thought is that she, as a single woman, certainly didn't do anything. However, I do sort of question why she brought it up. What is the end game? What is the point? It is a reasonable assumption that you would ask the same of her. And how flippant was she? I wouldn't put too much into it yet, honestly. But it is one of those things that I would kind of keep in the back of my mind.
Yeah, I wouldn't like this. I mean, I'm shocked that she was honest, and I would be very appreciative of that. And I think the part about texting about the date while she's with the dude that she bangs the night before the date bothers me. Like, if I'm having with you, are you making plans with someone else for tomorrow while I'm in the bathroom? And of course that's your right, but that's just yucky to me.
I get a feeling this is a one-time thing for her, as I would never do that if I saw it going somewhere with a guy. Either that or she has no self-awareness. But either way it's icky as.
I think this is a little uncalled for. If people are dating and sexually active, they should be getting tested on a regular basis regardless, but this comment feels like it's assuming that this woman is automatically dirty because she had with 2 different people 2 days in a row. We don't know if that's normal for her, and we don't know how diligent she is about using protection. It just feels a bit misogynistic to make this the issue that stands by all means get tested. But you're a sexually active adult and should be getting tested on a regular basis anyway.
What you're saying is what I'm wondering. She's didn't break any rules, but like it's a strange brag at best.
No, it isn't uncalled. You just had with someone and they tell you shortly after that they had someone else right before, and you go to Reddit and ask, what should I do? Having a comment telling you to get tested is not at all uncalled for.
It seemed like she wanted to share this info, and that is a bit weird.
I would hope Op doesn't go around sleeping with people unprotected the very first.
No, yeah. Why does he need to know that? Skull, some things are just TMI. I'd scream, was he better than me? And then run sobbing into the bathroom before she could answer.
Greater than misogynistic, okay. I read it twice, and even looked up the definition to see if it had changed within the last month. A guy to get tested because his date banged some guy the night before is not misogynistic. Maybe if he told a woman in the same position that she doesn't need to get tested because her health doesn't matter, you'd have a just can't tell anymore if people have been indoctrinated by ideology, dumb, or are just.
That is not TMI, that is actually a really good thing to know about.
She slept with you on the first. What did you expect, superstar? She asked because she wanted to tell.
This should come on a printout with every box of condoms.
Because she asked first. Seemed like she asked him just to give her answer.
Greater than I mean, technically it's not wrong that she hooked up with someone else because you're not exclusive. This is such a way of thinking. You guys were texting, flirting, planning dates, etc., but technically can ask whoever wants until you guys are officially dating. People honestly have no morals these days.